What is up, guys and girls and newcomers? It's 꽱ᴜ here. Here are 10 things that you may or may not know about the in-game gameplay of the video game called Rust. This is for beginners only. So I just wanted to say, did you see that awesome intro in the beginning? That is insane. You think it's beast? Well, so do I. And I'm very grateful for it. And I didn't even ask for an intro. This guy just made it for me. And this creator of the intro is Norzin. He actually is in a team called Psyqo and he's a motion designer and a beast one at that. I recommend checking out his awesome designs. He does have a YouTube channel and a Twitter. I will link that down below permanently anyway, because I want people to know that it's not me that created this amazing intro. Definitely feel that this guy is underrated and he definitely needs some support and love. So why don't you go and check out his channel, maybe subscribe, like his videos and comment, say that I sent him there so he knows that he's got a shout out from me. Thank you very much, dude. I'm very grateful. I just quickly wanted to mention that there was a podcast as well that I was featured in, and they're starting this whole new podcast series, and it's actually called World of Debate, so I will link it in the description below. And Callum's and Royal Reflux's stuff down in the description below. It is a bit delayed on me shouting this out because obviously I'd already edited the videos before I did the podcast, so yeah, but I'm finally shouting it out now, and definitely go check that out. It was a very interesting debate. It was about life after death and stuff like that. So it was a very interesting debate, and it was very interesting. I think you should go check it out. But on to the actual video. Let's smash 30 likes for these 10 things that you may or may not know about the video game Rust, or even if you didn't even know what the game is, I'm about to tell you. Rust is actually a video game where you start off as a naked man or woman, and you only have a stone or a stick with which you can light to start off with. Basically, you have to craft, you can build, you can hunt animals, you can feed yourself, you can drink, you can create lots of things, different things which I will tell you about, and you can kill players and you can loot them and their buildings. Or you could take over their buildings as well. So there's actually a lot of stuff to do in Rust, and there's a lot of different maps and stuff like that. It's a great game. I actually didn't think I'd like it, but I'm trying new things, and I actually tried this video game which someone recommended to me, a very close friend, and I was just like, wow, this game is actually really addictive. And I spent since 4 PM till 4 AM. I was on it that long. That's how addicted I am to the game. But that was just the intro. I'm going to go over 10 things that you may or may not know about the in-game gameplay. So on to the first one. You can actually sprint without holding down shift. You may or may not know this. You have to hold W down to walk, and you have to hold down shift to run, and you hold it down for about 3 seconds and then let go. And it's a great thing because your pinky can get tired of holding that button. On to the second one. Players are not friendly. As in this clip, I go into my building, I look and see that the door is gone, and it was pitch black for me. I couldn't see anything, and I was trying to actually open the box and try to get cloth out, and there was no cloth there. So then I stopped doing that, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like, how has someone got into my home? So I turned round, I went to go near the door, and I got killed because someone was in my house. And actually it was very scary because I was playing this at like 6 AM and I was just like, who's in my house? Another one is, you may be like, where the hell's the map? Why isn't there like an automatic map? Craft a bit of wood, then you go into press tab, there's quick craft, there should be paper there already, and then you click that. It'll take 3 seconds to craft it, and then you will have an option to make a building map or a building plan or a map. When you've got the map, you would hold down G, and what I've noticed is right click the mouse button, because if you don't do that, it'll just hover over your items instead of actually clicking on the map. And I've also noticed you have to click down both mouse buttons to move around the map. Just be wary of that. The next one is, you get a choice to get cargo. Now, you can get weapons in this, you can get pretty good stuff, but I would definitely be careful, because it will say in the chat, unless you've disabled the chat, it will say in the chat that it's so and so many meters away from you, and if you're choosing to go after it, bring a gun with you, because people like there'll be other people trying to get that cargo as well, and you'll be competing against other players to get that cargo if there's no one in the server, so definitely be careful for that. The next one is you can actually draw on picture frame. When you've crafted it, you put it on your wall and you right click and hold, and it will give you an option to lock it so no one else can draw on it, or for you, or paint the sign so you can actually draw on it. So if you say you wanted to have a repair bench and you wanted to put a sign up above it, or you just wanted a picture otherwise, but if you wanted to put this is the repair bench, you would put that picture frame up. Sorry, there's a fly like hovering at the window. Go away, no one wants you here. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, then you could just draw on it, you know, like I'm doing on there. It's already drawn on, so obviously I cancelled it because I didn't want to ruin what I had on it, even though it looks like shit anyway, but yeah. The next one is you can craft a sleeping bag. Now I'm pretty sure it is 30 cloth and 100 wood to do that. I'm not too sure, I'm pretty sure it's that though. I'm not too sure, I'm pretty sure that didn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that you have to use 30 cloth and 100 wood to make a sleeping bag. And disclaimer that if you leave the server, that sleeping bag won't be there anymore. And also if you're in the server and someone decides to destroy it, it won't be there anymore either. So you can use sleeping bags to respawn at a certain area, but a bed is permanent. If you leave the server, then your bed will still be there unless someone's destroyed it, which someone did do in this gameplay in the background. So yeah, I was fuming because this guy killed me as well. If you craft a hammer, which is, I'm pretty sure it's 100 wood, you right click and hold the mouse button and it will give you options whether to upgrade stone, upgrade sheet metal, or upgrade to armoured. Armoured is obviously the highest one, sheet metal is the second highest one, and stone is the third highest one. And I'm pretty sure you can upgrade to wood as well, but I just recommend upgrading to stone because I'm pretty sure it's a higher thing than wood. Higher stability than wood, but yeah, I've upgraded all mine to stone. The next one is there are radioactive areas. Now if you're staying there for too long, I would definitely recommend either having a radiation suit or having health kits, shit loads of health kits, because if you don't, you will eventually die. It slowly kills you, doesn't it? So if you're going to be in that radioactive area, you need to get out as soon as possible if you don't have a radiation suit on. And if you if you come out and you don't have any health packs, you're just gonna die. Another one is, I didn't know this, after a while you can't demolish your building. Say if you built a foundation and you were like, oh, that's not quite right, I don't like the way that's looking, you would right click on the hammer and you would demolish it. You have an option to demolish. But after a while, I say after at least 1 minute or 2 minutes even, you would try it again and it wouldn't give you the option to demolish. I don't know the reason for that, but it must be for a pretty good reason. Maybe for people destroying your house. If they had a hammer, they could easily probably destroy it. Okay, the next one is there's 2 different types of locks. Now you may not know this, or you may know this. There's a key lock and there is a code lock. I recommend putting a code lock on straight away, because if you have a key lock, you have to keep a key on you when you leave, and you have to have a key in your house for backup, because you won't be able to get out your house. If you've died outside, say, you would lose all your loot, wouldn't you? You would lose your key. And if you respawn back in the house and you didn't have a key in your storage and you tried to get out the door, you wouldn't be able to. So you definitely have to be careful of that. And you can also create backup keys. Like, you go to the door, you right click and hold, you should have an option to create a key to put in storage. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video on this video game Rust. I am actually going to be making more content on this video game because I am addicted. I love this game and I really want to make, you know, funny moments, tips and tricks, how-tos and stuff like that, because I really like this game and I really want to make content on it, and I've been wanting to do this for a while now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye guys.